Unfettered access to the Creighton Bluejays camp. Here now, day 2 in NYC with number 2 seed Creighton.
Here we go, man. Here we go.
Yeah, let's run those two. Quick, let's go. Run them with some pace so we see what's coming. Here we go, here we go. Stop, guys. We're going to see this screen 70 times tonight. You're going to go under that. I want to bump this high. You go under.
Good job, Blue. Good job, Blue.
The best fans in the world.
We got the fresh fruit and eggs. Are you adding sugar to your strawberries?
What are you walking here looking like that?
How about the popping jacket?
All right, the guys are hungry. Time to deliver them some lunch.
So, welcome to our room, guys. This is where we hang out.
What's the key to killing time when you have a long break like this before the game?
That's a good question. We usually set apart some time for nap. We got caught wind that Nova was down early, so we're just checking out the Big East ones now. But it's cool on days like this because you know there's going to be hoops on all day. So.
Usually the pep band's here, and there'll probably be as many fans that can get in the lobby. And the Jays will come down and walk through, and we'll send them off to the bus and to the game.
We've been going to this thing for 7 years, and it just seems like it's been growing more and more, with each year. So, I mean, it gets pretty crazy right before the Jays leave the hotel room.
All right, enough.
Anybody but him. I mean, can I handpick who we're going to talk to here?
Do you hate the hotel, too? Do you hate the hotel?
We would like a good representation of our fan base.
Mikey? Where's Mikey? Good luck tonight, guys.
How come we never get ovations at the breakfast buffet? I've ordered a lot of waffles and scrambled eggs. Nobody claps for me. We are 30 seconds away from Raph and Gus and the call of Creighton DePaul, quarterfinal number 3, next.
Launches a 3. Bullseye!
DePaul with the first upset of the Big East tournament.
Drive, lays it up and good! McDermott on top for a 3. It's good!
From the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. This is Fox College Hoops. We're at the Big East tournament, folks, in our first game of the night session. It's a 2 versus a 10 as upset-minded DePaul takes on McBuckets and the Creighton Bluejays. A look at the bracket. Seton Hall advancing, another shocker as they beat Villanova. Providence over St. John's. DePaul upset Georgetown, now taking on Creighton later on tonight. It's Marquette and Xavier. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson along with the governor, Bill Raftery, and welcome to the Garden. Great matchup tonight, Coach. We have one senior that most likely will be the player of the year in Mr. McDermott, and we have one freshman that can really get it done in Billy Garrett Jr.
I get the feeling you like the Garden.
I love it.
And I think Billy Garrett Jr. likes the Garden, too. He was solid last night. Great feel for the game. Good understanding of what to do. When to put it on the deck and blow by at Madison Square Garden. Great understanding. Good strength at the rim as well. Makes good decisions. Look at this speed dribble. Step through and finish. And on the other end, he says he got all his genes from his mom, his athletic ability. little personality, but he's great around the rim, great coming off screens, great in the early offense, steps out. A lot of nylon by the big fella, as you said, play of the year. And why not? Dad loves that guy too.
All right, Coach, time now to join another Player of the Year candidate roaming the sideline this evening. Here's Aaron Andrews.
You get the best intros, Gus. You really do. Hey, these two teams were absolutely dialed in today when Seton Hall upset Villanova, and head coach Oliver Purnell said he would talk to his DePaul team and use that in the locker room before they hit the floor today. He told them, look, it's March when teams believe they are dangerous, so go out there and believe. And when I talked to Creighton head coach Greg McDermott about it, he said, we didn't need Seton Hall to show us that anything is possible. He said, we're playing DePaul, who upset Georgetown, who beat us in early March. We know anything's possible, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Aaron. DePaul leads the all-time series 15-9, but Creighton has won 4 straight. A look at the lineup.
Forrest Robinson big with the step-out 3. They'll be going inside to Robinson as well as Hamilton.
Tip control by Creighton.
And right now DePaul goes. Johnson goes.
So here's Chapman, their crafty little point guard from the Colony, Texas. Gibbs straight away. Gibbs.
How about that?
He hit his first shot, Coach. That could be an omen.
That is dangerous. And who got it to him? Grant Gibbs.
So McDermott coming off a career-high 45 against Providence. His final game in Omaha. He's really been scoring the basketball. Here's Brandon Young.
This is what they want to do, establish some game inside.
Hamilton drop step strip by McDermott. Here comes McDermott into the front court, hands it off to Gibbs. Raggi, extra pass, Manigat.
They got a lot of guys that can beat you in that early.
DePaul beat Georgetown 60-56 last night in Big East Tournament first round action. Forrest Robinson tied a career high with 14 points, 4 of 5 from the three-point line. And DePaul hit only 5.
What's hidden with Creighton is their ability to guard. They do score and drag you along, but they are sound defensively.
Billy Garrett Jr. Great stat line last night for DePaul. He gets inside, pull-up jump shot, off the mark. Garrett Jr., 17 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Raggi for 3. Long rebound, Manigat.
I'm thinking he can make it for the Brooklyn Bridge. So can he.
McDermott facing, driving, and a foul. Forrest Robinson has his hands full tonight.
He does. He is a load. And this is just a nice little cross screen. They run so well. And then the step back, just solid basketball. Now he's got the option. He can put it on the deck or step back out. You better close and force it. Challenge the foot speed off the bounce. What a big fella.
So he's coming off that career high 45 against Providence. McDermott leads the nation in scoring at 26.5 a game and is shooting 52%. No Big East player, Coach, has ever led the nation in scoring.
I never thought I'd say this. He's bigger than you in Manhattan, by the way. Every picture, every place.
As he misses a pair of free throws. Uncharacteristic of McDermott, who on the season shoots 87%. So here's DePaul, only 3 wins in conference play. Picked up their 4th yesterday. Jump shot in the corner. And that one off the mark for Robinson.
A tough look there on that one. Raggi on that rebound does a solid job of checking out. The numbers rebounding don't jump out at you, but just sticks everybody, gets 4 a game.
And Coach, how about your Seton Hall Pirates, the team that you coached for 11 years? Talking to Kevin Willard, he needed 2 wins to get in the NIT. He got it. And what a big-time win over Villanova.
Thrilling, absolutely thrilling what those kids were able to do. And I love the way Jay handled it. He said they played great. You know, we did some things that we thought we could do a little bit better, but Seton Hall and Gibbs with a step back jumper drilling it.
Number 1 seed out the window now for Villanova, you think?
Oh, I would think so, don't you? It's just a matter of second line and picking up the pieces.
Here's McDermott on the baseline. Young the other way. Pull up 3. Got it. McDermott, left hand.
Oh, how about that? Either way, and that's the early. If you close out and you're not under control, he can put it on the deck.
He's got all 5 points for Creighton to start this game. Hamilton calling for it. He's got Rogge on his back. Young in and out dribble. Down the lane. Left hand scoop. No. Chapman. Maniga again. Willing that one in.
He really does a nice job getting settled in that wing or corner, and they find.
Maniga just 2 for 14 from the three-point line over the last 3 games.
You agree with me that you got to score against this Creighton team? I mean, they can fill it up.
Hamilton downtown. Got it. Like this freshman coach.
No, they got nice, I think, good future. How deep is that one?
Little too deep for McDermott as he fires up an air ball. 8-6 Creighton. Robinson answers with an air ball of his own. Now Hamilton a 16-footer.
Well, nobody at the rim either.
Maniga again. How about that?
They're just not one pretty face. They got a plethora of countenances that can drill them.
And they've been sagging on Maniga the last couple of games with that 2 for 14 shooting from distance. But he's making them pay to start as he hits his first 2.
A pretty sound dig by Gibbs, taking away the dribble lane.
Young short-armed it and out of bounds. 15-18 to play in the first half. Creighton with an 11-6 lead over DePaul.
Happy start, huh? By the big guy. The ability to finish and beat you outside. And the guards can do it as well, guys.
And welcome back to Fox College Hoops presentation of the Big East Tournament, brought to you by New York Life. Our score here in the greatest city in the world. Creighton on top of DePaul, 11-6. Coach, big start for McBuckets.
And the lament of most coaches in the country, we just don't make shots. Well, forget about it when you play Creighton. Step out, no matter who it is, the All-American or one of the solid performers, consistent throughout his career, Maniga.
Doug McDermott, I mean, you just can't say enough about this kid. He's done so much, 24 30-point games in his career, 10 this year. It's the most in school history. 3 40-point games and 36 double-doubles, 6 this season. Creighton with the basketball. Here's Chapman. Dingman is checked in, as well as Artino for the Blue Jays.
You know, one thing about Dingman, he played well against DePaul both games, and Artino does a nice job, very athletic around the rim.
Now McDermott in the post, cross court, Maniga. Oh, he's feeling it now, boy.
And what I love about McDermott most, he regales. Was that for you?
That was for me.
Oh, look at him checking you out, Maniga.
I told him, I said, you were 1 for 6 against Xavier. You got the ball at the top of the three-point line, and you were wide open for a reason.
Ooh, you're nasty. Oliver Purnell won't be happy with you, I know that. And look at them get after you.
Sekile mishandles and steps on the baseline out of bounds. But look at Maniga, he's giving me some stuff.
Gustavo, que pasa?
That's right.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. That's what's nice about doing a league, isn't it?
That's right. You really get a chance to know the players, folks. And these kids are the best.
Well, here's that slice cut they like to run to get Big Mac to, and they've held. That's one way of stopping them.
So Maniga, 3 threes to start this game. Remember, he was 2 of 14 over his last 3 games. Jahens. And I don't know what his future has in store for him. I tell you what, though, he is going to be a success. Tom Green told me that about Victor Oladipo. Meanwhile, McDermott.
And Hamilton, look at that. Hamilton's talking to him. I wouldn't say anything, but don't awaken this guy.
And a timeout called by DePaul. Creighton, they've seen the upsets. Georgetown, Villanova. Right now, they're determined to not travel that path. In game one, some emotions, winners and losers. The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, as the man once said. Seton Hall. What a big-time win, and they're alive and kicking in this Big East tournament. Let's take a look at the bracket, Coach.
Well, you mentioned Seton Hall with a great job. Chris Providence, two of the originals when you think of the Big East. It should be a heck of a game, a fist fight. And we're going to have a good one here. I'll tell you what, they can score.
They can.
Wow.
Maniga with 9, McDermott with 8, all 17 for the Creighton Blue Jays. Jays are 5 of 7 from the three-point line. Here's Young.
He's got the advantage with the dribble.
Creighton won 81-62 on January 7th in Chicago. Young pulls up, comes up short. And 78-66 on February 7th in Omaha.
Now look at the ball movement. Wow.
Here comes McDonald. Young, beautiful play. Great execution on the fast break off the steal.
Now that pass was to nobody at the other end by Creighton. They had two people. Should have been a direct delivery.
Correction, Charles McKinney with the pass. Chapman on the baseline, and he's fouled by Garrett.
Now you really have to get back and address Creighton. Make them play some half court. Not that they don't run great offense, but it's like picking your poison.
McDermott, quick release.
Wow. Like this, he just reads screens. It's not so much as they find them, but he gets himself available.
13 minutes to play in the first half. McDermott has 11 already. Raggi and Hansen ready to check in.
I'd make McDermott guard, though. Get some touches on the box against him. He's too tough.
.12 to shoot. Hamilton and a foul.
Martino ends up with the foul there. They're ready for a double. Just walk the foot. Fake the screen now. Sort of dummy it up. And look how quickly he gets organizing into that shooting pocket. Look at the follow through. Incredible. Plenty of trajectory.
I was kidding with Greg McDermott earlier this season when we were in Omaha, Coach. I said, Coach, you know what holds Dougie back? And he said, no, what? I said, you. He could have some 50-point games if you let him go. He was like, yeah, I don't know.
This will be something people will say. Dean Smith was the only guy to hold Michael Jordan under 20.
16 points a game. Meanwhile, a terrific move to the basket for Brandon Young, who now has 7. 20-10, Creighton.
Well, this is what they do all year long. They'll give McDermott a blow just before the TV timeout.
Dingman off the mark inside. Ball rebounded by Tommy Hamilton, the freshman from Chicago. Hamilton straight away. Now Brooks checks in. He's from Harlem, New York. Playing at home. Maniga's been hot. 9 points, 3 threes. Hansen, the freshman, he's good this season. Jump on the brick.
Boy, he had a pass to the corner to Raggi. Setting up, should have kicked it. He's a talented kid, though, Hansen, you're right.
Ooh, beautiful spin by Young. Can't lay it down. Tap to Maniga by Brooks.
We put it on the deck, Raggi.
Brooks will do it, and he gets it knocked away.
Nothing there, nothing there.
McKinney, jump stop inside. Clever play by Charles McKinney, the junior from Evanston, Illinois. That's his first bucket. Gibbs and McDermott ready to check back in for Creighton. As Maniga backs it up, runs a pick and roll with Hansen. He's feeling it.
Pretty good D this trip by DePaul. Under 10.
Brooks can get to the bucket.
Wow.
Loses it and draws a foul. 10:49 to play. 20-12 with Villanova losing. This tournament is Creighton's to lose now. Doug McDermott playing the final days for his dad, and he's getting some help from his boys. It's a rematch of one of the best fights of all time as Shogun Rua battles Dan Henderson. And the only place you can see it is here on Fox Sports 1. Shogun Henderson 2 on UFC Fight Night Sunday, March 23rd on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Now, Coach, Dan Henderson is a longtime MMA champion and fighter. He could play for you.
In what way? To back me up?
That's right. Now let's go to Aaron Andrews.
Gus, I know you and Raft have been on your fair share of covers of magazines, but this is Doug McDermott's big one here. Landed this week's cover of Sports Illustrated, and of course it's the famous remake of the 1977 cover where Indiana State's All-American Larry Bird was on it. And McDermott says in the article that he is a big fan of Larry Bird, loves his game, loves that he doesn't need to dunk on people to show his true skills, sticks to the fundamentals. He said his only two problems with it was he couldn't wear his T-shirt underneath. That's, of course, because Larry Bird wasn't wearing his T-shirt. And he also said it was such a surprise to do the shoot. He would have loved to have done some push-ups beforehand.
No, Doug, don't do any push-ups. You don't want to mess that sweet stroke up that you have.
He's got a great personality, sense of humor. This is a great group of kids.
And, Coach, when Larry Bird came out of Indiana State after playing in the national championship in '79 against Magic in Michigan State, did people think that he would be as great as he became?
I would say yes. Having watched the Final Four with him there, even though the 2-3 zone gave him fits of Michigan State, I think everybody in the NBA in particular knew his game. Red had drafted him the year before. That's why they ended up with him.
Gibbs has his shot blocked. DePaul the other way, trailing 20-12.
And Gus, by the way, people wondered how can he be a big fan of Larry Bird? He had watched tapes of him. So the age disparity not important in preparing for greatness.
Larry Bird listed at 6'9". Doug McDermott listed at 6'8". Inside, Marchus, the Purdue transfer, came to DePaul because he knew he could get more playing time. Meanwhile, a foul.
They're going the other way with it, I think.
The block called against
the big guy, I think, Marchus.
Oliver Purnell not happy with that call. Marchus in his graduate year at DePaul.
He does run out. He's on this. Come on. A little knee to the thigh. You do that in the subway.
And the ball knocked away. Billy Garrett Jr. Great steal. Straight to the basket. Blocked by Maniga. But he fouls him.
Ooh, what a great effort. And not the type of turnover you're accustomed to seeing from Grant Gibbs, but not giving up on the play. What an effort. You taunted this young man, Johans Manigat, and you're getting some spectacular play. He ain't got the wrist, no question about it, but what effort.
Billy Garrett Jr. at the line.
So Billy Garrett Jr., Big East Freshman of the Year, or Rookie of the Year. His dad, Billy Garrett, is a Blue Demons assistant coach. He was 7 for 7 at the free throw line last night, and 3 things to know about him. His sports hero is granddad.
I just talked to his dad, and goodness.
And he's not a junior.
He's going the other way with it. Another wraparound. Marchus again, maybe. I talked to the dad, Gus, as you did before the game, and guys are great, that coach. I said, boy, he had a great game yesterday. He's really coming along. He's healthy. You see, he's got a lot to learn. You know, we want more leadership out of him. But
There's Billy.
What makes you better.
How cool is that? Similar to Greg McDermott and Doug McDermott, Billy Garrett able to see his boy every day playing ball in college. Dingman.
This is the post-up. This is where I think he is tough. And the ride out. Jimmy Burr with a little leg extension. You might have to call a chiropractor.
So now Brandon Young comes back in.
I guess they went small on him, and he posted up that time. Crockett got the foul.
Crockett hit some big free throws last night. Dingman 3, in and out. Hamilton with a rebound. Creighton has gone 4 minutes without scoring now. 5 straight DePaul points.
And not enough movement right now. A little more activity with DePaul. Make this defense work a little bit.
Young feeds the post, gets it back, and almost turned it over.
Yeah, this is a team Gibbs got hurt against earlier in the year. Missed a considerable amount of games, and when he's back, the ball seems to hum for Greg McDermott's guys.
Gibbs missing 6 games with that dislocated kneecap. When he returned against DePaul, ironically.
Yeah, it's interesting enough.
Crockett, top of the key, off the heel. Chapman with a rebound.
Give
on
it up.
the move. McDermott catch and shoot.
Unbelievable. How do you cover? We're taught as kids to get to the lane and then peel off. Not with this team. You better hug him early.
He's got 14 already. Doug McDermott, 5 of 7 from the field, 4 of 5 from the 3-point line.
And Chapman knows where his bread is buttered as well.
McKinney rattles one down. DePaul trying to hang in this game. Now Chapman.
Nobody stopped him. I mean, he was really pushing it for himself and others.
25-15. Creighton Bluejays, 14th ranked team in the nation. They slipped from 9 to 14 in the AP poll over the last 2 weeks after suffering back-to-back losses to Xavier and Georgetown. Young, too strong. Gibbs can't hold on. Crockett! Count it! Great hustle play.
It sure was. Out wrestled Gibbs, but in the weight room. Grant's been dancing.
And he'll go to the line and shoot one.
A great effort here. And just sticking with it. And how about that one? Nice and easy, but effort personified. And that's one thing seldom do you see. Creighton out hustled.
7:58 to play, first half. Creighton on top of DePaul, 25-17. DePaul at the line. All right, a look at our DirecTV game summary.
And you've been analyzing, dissecting. Big Mac filling it up, and they're getting the ball. Their timing is great. You know, you're not old enough, Gus Johnson, but Red Holzman had a team that moved the ball and hit the open man. When the open man can provide a lift like this kid, it makes for beautiful basketball. The toast of Manhattan right now, and there he is.
There's Red.
The old redhead. A couple of championships here with the Knicks, and it's the style of play. Move, get free, make the extra pass, be unselfish, and rejoice with others when they do well.
So what do you think? I mean, since we are at Madison Square Garden, about the potential for one of Red's former players to come back and serve in the front office of the New York Knicks.
How about that, huh?
Phil Action Jackson.
You know, Selma Holzman was married to Red, and when he got off the plane, his first trip in here, Selma had a great sense of humor. She said, Red, tell him to take the hanger out of his jacket.
Jackson did have the great shoulder.
Yeah, he did.
Still does.
Well, he knows the game, and he's doing a little 2-3 zone. I like this by Oliver Purnell. You just can't sit back and let them destroy you in the man. This should give some open jumpers, though. Like this.
Man.
Uh-oh. That was heels on the painted area by half court.
Isaiah Thomas told me once upon a time, he said, if you make up your mind, you don't have to miss.
Power of positive, huh?
No doubt about it.
Norman Vincent.
He's hit 4 threes in a row. Greg McDermott, 28-18. Excuse me, Doug McDermott, 28-18. Now Garrett.
A lot of dribbling now. That's going to get you in trouble.
Step back jump shot, and the bounce goes down for Darrell McDonald.
Look at the ball. You've got to play him. Come on, Chapman. This kid is underrated.
He's got 20. McDermott's got 20, folks, with 6:44 to play in the first half.
And wherever he goes, you got to get an apartment for Austin Chapman, too.
Daniel Marshall in 1994, all-time Big East tournament record with 42 points against St. John's.
Degman thought he got away with it, but New York at its finest right now. He stayed in school pretty much to play in the Garden, and he is ringing them up. Count them. Unobstructed view, and look at the depth here. Get him playing it, big fella. Woo, like honey and money.
They're young. 31-20. McDermott 20 points already on 7 of 9 shooting, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Excuse me, 6 of 7 from the three-point line.
And if you're DePaul, you got to stay right here. You know, you're not as well as he is playing. They're in contact.
Sekile comes in, and he replaces Robinson.
And this is what Oliver made his living with, full court pressure. Got away from it this year quite a bit. Didn't have the personnel to do it.
Chapman.
Look at this extra pass. Lob it up. Ooh, and Artino can go get it, but just a little too high.
Now, Fox Sports Supports is proud to be part of 21st Century Fox's founding partnership and the presenting media sponsor of the 2014 Special Olympics USA Games. To learn more about the partnership, visit foxsportssupports.com.
Pinch post, double high. Trying to establish at the box.
Garrett. Artino with a rebound. Artino gives him some really decent size inside.
He's underrated. Does a lot of nice things. Mentioned earlier, very athletic as well. A little post-up game.
Rogge ready to check back in. Here's the weave up top. Dingman. Artino.
Got to pick it up, big guy.
Almost stripped. Maniga.
Oh, Doug was free. He was ready.
7 turnovers for Creighton. Garrett thinking about it. Pump fake, dribble drive, gets to the rack, and foul.
Nice little play. That pump got them a bite. Smart kid. Really knows the game. Got to make that pass the other end, though. I know you're hot, but you got to give it to the mainstay. Man, it got held on a little too long.
Garrett was 0 for 10 against Creighton in the first matchup and scored 9 points on 4 of 10 shooting in the second. This young man led all Big East freshmen in scoring, assists, and free throw percentage. He's been in double figures 7 straight games. Rogge comes in for Artino.
He's going to have some second year, I think, Garrett. So will Hamilton. And they got a couple of pieces now to grow from, and hopefully some of the new kids they bring in will get Oliver's program back in gear. I mean, we talked the other night. He's done it every place he's been. Very well respected. Been a national coach, assistant coach.
Oliver Purnell, 7 years at Clemson, 9 years at Dayton, 3 years at Old Dominion, 4 years at Radford. He was an Old Dominion player from 72 to 75.
Oh, they're just hugging. Rogge, he can really nail them. Opens up passing lanes because of his deep ability.
McDermott straight away. Rogge with it in the corner.
He thought he made it. McDermott, here's another look.
McDermott puts it on the deck, gets to the hole. How about that, baby?
Mixing the game up. And they know who their breadwinner is.
Doug McDermott with 22 big ones. And Creighton up by 10.
Showtime in Manhattan.
Ball almost stolen by Maniga. Great hustle.
Look at that
Maniga to Chapman. What a play.
Woo. Leaving it all out there. Boy, these kids want it badly. Wow, what effort.
35-23. Second seeded Creighton on top of DePaul.
Gus, this is just not a pretty team. This is a team who gives effort consistently. Well, this is just a magnificent Miniga. And the finish easy for Chapman, but that's the kind of sustained, consistent play. And then if he beats you deep, you take that away. The blow by. And how about the little fancy little hop, step, and jump? Unbelievable. And the fans are having a ball watching this guy. You close out, he reads your weight and puts it on the deck. Pretty impressive.
Let's go to Aaron Andrews.
Gus, Raph just talked about the fans from Creighton really enjoying themselves. I can barely hear you guys, but about 3,000 tickets were sold to their fan base, and Greg McDermott was laughing because the fans are all over MSG. They weren't put in a certain section, and he told his fans, we have an opportunity to annoy, that's right, annoy more people that way. They're not annoying me, but they're definitely loud. They are having a blast watching number 3.
We have our own guy who annoys us. He happens to be on the truck.
Our producer, Steve Shear.
He loves the game.
Baseline jump shot, high archer, and that one is pure. Nicely done. As McDonald. Now Maniga.
Well, you got to guard them, though. Not getting back and identifying. How many 4 threes? How about that? Goodness.
So Maniga breaking out of his shooting slump from the three-point line in a big way.
Responding to your challenge.
And a foul. Maniga trying to get over the screen, and he bumps Young. 3:42 to go. First half. McBuckets. His debut in the Big East tournament. And he's been letting it go, folks, from the Statue of Liberty.
Rob Stone back here at Madison Square Garden. Coming up at the half, number 1 seed Villanova goes down in a stunner to 8-seeded Seton Hall. We'll have the highlights, but it's been business as usual elsewhere in the top 5. Zona and Louisville, impressive opening wins in their conference tournaments. Well, the highlights now back downstairs to Gus and Raph.
All right, Rob, thank you very much. Our score here, 38-25. Creighton. Doug McDermott with 22 points already. And he's gotten his points in a variety of ways.
70 for 25 the last game, 8 for 11 tonight. And these are all of the 6 deep thrusts. Undeterred, unattached. And you can't do that against this unbelievable range. Wow.
And our New York Life keep good going stat.
This kid, 45% from 3. It ties the career high in field goals made. So that's going to be broken tonight. Think he's happy he stayed in school?
I think he is. I think we all are happy, Coach.
I just love the reaction of the crowd, the nonpartisan half as well as those avid Bluejay followers.
Young missing the free throw. McDermott with the rebound. Now Brooks will bring it up the floor.
I look for him to play better now. A little shaky when he first came in. This is his hometown. Wants to show people all he can do. Nice cut, back screen. Beautiful.
Dingman, who was a starter when Gibbs went out with a dislocated knee, now comes off the bench. He's a very good three-point shooter as well. Blue Jays playing without Isaiah Ziert, who injured his knee, lost for the rest of the season. Crockett inside, elevates, comes up short. Another rebound for McDermott.
This is when they're most dangerous in the early. Go back, he got him. Oh, it's double dribble, I thought.
Turnaround jumper.
What else? Fault free.
McDermott with 24. 42-25.
Now, you've been around great players doing your NBA stuff. There's something about them that's special. These aren't kids he's playing against. These are good players.
Hamilton tried to muscle one up. Raggi pulls it in. Chapman. McDermott the trailer.
Screens and then steps and goes. Look how creative he is off the ball.
Brooks driving, kicking. Dingman rise and fire. Short. Brooks with a rebound and a new shot clock.
Most dangerous before they had him on a kick out.
Now McDermott, high pick and roll, turns the corner, stops, fade away. Short.
Didn't have legs on that one.
Young the other way, straight to the cup. Tried to bank it in straight away. Too strong, but we'll stay right here.
First time I've actually seen McDermott winded. Running that floor at that particular time.
I was asking him about his conditioning before the game because he moves so well without the ball and it's perpetual motion.
Spends a lot of energy.
He says he's tired after games.
And the opponents are awfully tired.
Yes, they certainly are. So McKinney comes in and he replaces Darrell McDonald. Garrett, oh, crafty.
Get away with it, it's good.
5 for Garrett, 42-27.
He wants that little fadeaway, show the ball.
On
the step back.
Draws a double team. Chapman driving, teardrop, and good.
Unselfish, drag the guy with the dribble. Matt with the 5.
6 points for Chapman. We went into a minor scoring slump late in the season. Young deep. Batted by Rogge. Brooks.
Watch the trail.
McDermott wide open.
Oh, you saw it coming. And look, now he's getting the house aroused.
Doug McDermott with 27, folks. 27 in the first half.
The adulation deserved.
A new record for a half in the Big East tournament. 47-27.
Give him one more shot at it.
Young crosses over and fouled.
You got to go and get the trail guy. Look at how wide open. A guy with unerring ability from deep. Get that number 3. He's going to nail it. Wow, why not? What a joyful journey this has been for these guys.
Maniga back in, Hamilton back in for DePaul, along with Darrell McDonald. Crockett comes in now for the final 38.9. 27 points in the first half. That's a Big East tournament record for any half.
Got to give him one more shot at it, don't you think?
It'd be nice.
There you go for one.
About a 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Here's Chapman. McDermott starts on the box.
And McKinney on him, so it might be a post up. Looks like a pick and pop to Rogge.
They're going to take their time, milk this clock. Chapman. Didn't want to get a 5-second call. 10 to go. Now they'll get into it. Chapman driving. Inside, Dingman. Oh, what a play.
What a find. They are unselfish and smart.
Young. And that's the end of the first half, and what a half it was for the Blue Jays. They shoot 63%. 65% from the three-point line, 11 of 17. McDermott with 27.
You think you got them boxed in. They give it to one another. Great find. And Dingman, who's been tough against DePaul, the acrobatic delivery. What a half. Ooh. God, what?
And let's check in with Aaron Andrews.
Gus, thanks so much. Coach, you said you guys stayed up till about 4 a.m. scouting this team. Let's talk about your son, Doug, and the fact he just made 7 threes, 27 points here in the first half. What is going right for him?
Well, our ball movement's really good, and guys are making the extra pass. Doug included has turned down a couple of the passes to his teammates. So when we play in that unselfish manner, we're a pretty good basketball team.
Thanks for your time. Gus.
All right, Aaron, 49-29. The score at halftime, Creighton leads DePaul. You're watching Fox Sports 1, the exclusive home of the Big East Tournament.
Beautiful look from high above Manhattan. We are at the break in quarterfinal number 3, our first game of our evening session, and it is all Doug McDermott and number 2 seed Creighton. McDermott, his 27th 20-point game this season, and yes, we're only at the half. Rob Stone, Austin Crozier back here with you. The Big East Tournament single game scoring record, 42 points. UConn's Danielle Marshall in 1994. Doug McDermott well on his way to eclipsing that. He has 27 at the break. Why is he so open? Why is he getting so many good looks? Why is he getting so many points tonight?
Well, I think a big part of it is DePaul, as good as they played defensively yesterday against Georgetown, they are back to who they are at the defensive end of the floor, which is one of the worst teams in the conference, especially guarding the three-point line. McDermott, obviously, you run out of ways to describe how good he is of a basketball player. To me, the thing that sticks is the efficiency. 52% from the field on the season, 57% over the last 10 games, and here tonight, 9 of 13, 70%. When defenses are focused on you, you're not supposed to be able to shoot with this type of efficiency. Just a tremendous job.
Coach McDermott telling Aaron Andrews at halftime, great ball movement. Yes, 13 first half assists. That'll tell you that's some pretty good ball movement. When we return, oh boy, we've got some buzzer beaters and some blowouts in tournament play. And yes, Seton Hall, they're probably still celebrating.
Welcome back as we prepare to start the second half. A beautiful look at Lady Liberty here in New York City. 49-29, Creighton on top of DePaul. Gus Johnson along with Coach Bill Raftery. And Coach, woo!
Woo! How could such a nice kid be such a killer?
Oh, man.
Have you seen anything like that?
No.
And then it just, and the house too. I mean, I just love the response. And unfortunately, the Paul people aren't happy, but you name it, he did it. Attack. You got to know the number, fellas. Get on number 3. The turnaround jack. Yes, he threw it all. And what a magnificent half. My goodness, numbers.
And once again, Coach, he scores 20 or more in the first half.
It's amazing. 7th time, right? How about that number?
As we take a look at the first half stats, how about the three-point shooting for Creighton?
They're just beautiful. You know, interesting. Their ball movement is exceptional. They get 18 assists a game, 13 early, so they do a great job finding people. He doesn't keep the ball long, makes a quick decision. And let's see if DePaul comes out and gets after him just a little bit. Gotta show some inners.
Remember, McDermott is coming off a 45-point game, and the only player in Creighton history to post 2 straight 40-point contests was Benoit Benjamin. He had 43 versus Southern Illinois in '85, then had 45 against Indiana State 2 days later.
Double B.
So DePaul with the basketball. Here's Hamilton. Young. He'll pull up and hits.
Pretty good coverage and the knockdown counter.
Brandon Young has been in double figures 101 times in his career. He has 30 20-point games. The only player in DePaul history with 100 assists in 4 straight seasons. So he has had a terrific career. Just past George Mikan for number 4 on their all-time scoring list.
Danger with that press, Gus. We're getting the free looks to the big guys, particularly here.
Now Garrett guarding McDermott. He'll look on the far side.
Oh, they had him.
McDermott thinking about it. Drives. Off the glass, in and out.
He's killing them.
Young the other way.
He's got to give some effort.
Tequila inside, power dribble, got it up, off the back rim. Gibbs is there. And watch how Gibbs and McDermott work together.
They are in concert, no question about it.
Now they'll feed McDermott.
We haven't seen the fadeaway.
Now you do.
All right.
Now you do. You asked for it. You got it. Toyota.
Give me those keys.
McDermott with 29. 51-31. Hamilton, turnaround jump shot. Nicely done by the freshman. Tommy Hamilton had 9 points on 4 of 8 shooting last night. In 2 games against Creighton, he totaled 16 points and 10 rebounds.
Unselfish. Could have jacked that one up.
Maniga was hot in that first half for Creighton. 12 points. McDermott off the mark. Raggi wide open. Finally, he gets a look.
If one doesn't get you, there's Mom, who taught him it all. New York Times had a great story on her terrific career as a basketball player. Worked on that jumper, honed in the backyard. Or the front yard, I sure, in the cul-de-sac.
Now Garrett. McDermott will rake it and take it. Here comes McBuckets in the front court. Chapman steps into a 3. Hamilton on the bounce and a foul.
Raggi with a little split.
And there's Mom, big-time scorer during her collegiate career. Take a look. Carrie Cramey, Midland University, 1,700 points. Her husband, Brad, was the quarterback, and there's an interesting story. I asked Ethan, I said, so who advises you on your game? He said, well, Dad tries to, but when I really need some good instruction, it's always Mom.
And she made him start at the rim, the Jerry West style. Keep that smooth stroke, keep backing up. And he never took deep shots at a young age because he didn't want to strain himself. A lot of guys ruin the stroke, and she kept with it. And now he's got range. He was very thin, a lot stronger, bigger. Incredible touch.
What do they say, Coach? The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Well, my father didn't shoot in Ireland. He did other things.
54-35. Creighton. Garrett reaching in, and he's called for the foul.
The ball back is number 5. Garrett, his second, team's first and a half.
McDonald. Now Chapman.
This is the slowest they play right now. This is fast play. The activity again.
Raggi.
Trying to get Raggi off a little bit. I like that.
And a hand-checking foul called against Charles McKinney.
It's interesting, Gus. They're trying to play smaller on him, bigger on him. It's a dilemma.
And McKinney picking up his first foul.
They don't take bad shots.
They're patient with it. The kick, McDermott driving.
Pretty pass.
And a foul.
They're a team.
The Big East tournament continues next from here at Madison Square Garden. Marquette battles Xavier. Coverage continues after our game right here on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. And the stars you'll see in the game coming up next.
Now the big fella, Devante, 6th man of the year in the league. Wilson can fill it up deep. Samad Jay, terrific talent. First team. Real good basketball. Ahead.
Xavier will be without Matt Stainbrook, who injured his knee late in the season. He's day to day.
Good defense at the point of attack. Everybody else can do their job, be in the right lane.
Hamilton got his feet set. Young with the rebound. Turn around 15-footer. Got it.
He's an offensive guy. Thinks that end of the game.
14 points for Brandon Young. Remember, this DePaul team is playing without their best player, Cleveland Melvin, leaving the university. He averaged 17 a game.
A little nickel dimer off the ball. Showing some fight right now, though. Oliver's guys showing a little bit of a heart. And a step back, and Gibbs caught Never Land. Didn't quite get the challenge necessary.
15:47 to go, second half. Creighton up big. And welcome back to Fox College Hoops presentation of the Big East Tournament, brought to you by New York Life. Our score from the world's most famous arena, the Creighton Bluejays, the #2 seed, with a 54-37 lead over 10th seeded DePaul. And earlier today, how about Sterling Gibbs?
Gibbs with a sterling delivery.
Look at the clock, folks.
It's amazing. It's 0 when it gets through the net. Look at this.
Man.
Before it gets through, perfect timing. They had a lot of guys play very well today. Cena played well. Just nice. And, of course, right here, Fortune played great. 24, Gus. No joshing around.
Not at all. As we look at some of the headlines, Sterling Gibbs, the game winner, Eugene Teague, another double-double. Man, if they would have had him
all year, that's really a major dilemma. And the other thing, Gus, in talking to Kevin, is that once he came back, he was not himself for quite a while. So just rounding condition, mental outlook.
Teague
healthy.
missing 5 games with a concussion. Here's Maniga, and he's fouled on the inbounds pass. Let's go to Aaron.
Gus, I had a chance to speak with Creighton assistant Patrick Sellers, as you both know, spent some time with Jim Calhoun at UConn as an assistant as well. And I asked him, who would you compare Doug McDermott to that maybe you worked with at the Huskies? And he said, I would compare his work ethic to Kemba Walker's. He said he remembered a night where Kemba had dropped 24 points on a West Virginia team. Raph, you probably called that game. And he said the next morning, 6 a.m., he's back in the gym, working on fundamentals, working on the court. And he says that's the exact same way Doug McDermott works. And he goes, that's why I know he'll be a good pro. Just like Kemba, he said, they don't want to be bad. They keep on working. They keep on trying to improve.
A great example, too, Aaron. Kemba put that team on his shoulders, 5 in a row, then 6 in the NCAA. High praise when you think of it.
Kemba having a nice career with the Charlotte NBA franchise, who's poised to go to the NBA playoffs this year. 54-37.
One thing about Kemba, too, he had a great personality. And a little challenge by Gibbs for a 4-point possibility. And all of a sudden, hanging around, maybe Creighton a little down and thinking this is the comfort zone. Right here. Wow. Ticky-tack, huh? Maybe at your playground, Gus.
So Crockett with 6 points. Make it 7. 8-0 run for DePaul.
Now you're thinking stop if you're DePaul. Real good aggressive D here.
Almost a steal. Picked up by Maniga, and he steps on the line, out of play.
A little sloppy. A little juice emanating from the blue shirts right now.
8 turnovers for Creighton.
Ends up with the foot on the line. We can't see that side, but Jim Burr did.
Jim Burr, longtime official here at college basketball. One of my favorite people.
He's had a lot of big ones, hasn't he?
Used to be a teacher, and he's got that poker face. He could just look at you and he'll make you sit down.
I'll tell you what, he's smiling more now, getting nervous.
Crockett again.
Look at them scrap now. That's what you have to do to get back in it.
Hamilton thought about the jump shot, passed up on it.
He didn't want to, though.
Young drives and draws contact.
You'll get that call more often than not with the new rule. don't have the same hop in their step right now, Creighton, don't you think?
Not the same.
This is what happens. You get a little flat thinking you got a comfortable lead.
Tell you what, this kid is a competitor. Brandon Young, hard-nosed ball player.
You think when he went to DePaul, he knew who George Mikan was? The history?
You know what? Knowing Brandon, yes.
Okay.
I bet yes. I bet he's a student of the game.
Well, they celebrated Ray Meyer's 100th. Of course, he's deceased, but his 100th birthday, which was a nice gesture. Ran into Joey Meyer, who's now doing some scouting for NBA team.
And how about this? DePaul on a 10-0 run since being down by 21.
It's Dougie time.
Now an 11-point game.
He's got a mismatch. Use him inside.
Dingman. Chapman rolls high.
Much better D right now. Steps.
And a whistle and foul.
Well, I thought he walked before. I like the way they're going after them right now. And Kinney not a happy guy.
Kinney picks up his fourth.
Foul charge number 32, Charles McKinney. That's his fourth. Team set.
So if you're just joining us, folks, Creighton dominating the first half. Doug McDermott with 27 points. He has 29 now, but he's been quiet over the last few possessions.
Really doing a great job denying him the ball.
Brooks backed up Artino, finally pulled down by Crockett. They can get inside 10 right now. Young.
Wow. It's not the way to do it.
Here's McDermott. Crosstown, midtown traffic. Chapman.
Nice pass. How about that? Bad shot, usually the end result.
That's Dingman. Picks up his 6th point. (56-43). But you have to like the fight in DePaul.
Yeah, they come out ready. Well, Oliver Purnell's a gamer. And they were really flat. Of course, Creighton on top of their game.
Crockett. And a whistle.
A little small change.
Hand checking foul.
Now, right now, we always talk about what bad shots can do you. You don't balance the floor. You get runouts. And against an unselfish team, they always make the extra pass. And once again, Avery Dingman in the right spot. What a counter against Oliver. A 1-4 run out.
Garrett. Young strip, picked up Artino. Brooks, lead pass, Dingman to the hole.
Goodness, he got to finish. Had a wing filled as well. Once again, not getting into offense.
But DePaul competing. 56-43. Blue Jays trying to survive and advance. The best player in the nation, folks, showing out at the world's most famous arena. After being down by as many as 21, DePaul trying to pull back into this game, 56-43. Now tonight, it's a Pac-12 tournament presented by New York Life as Stanford takes on Arizona State, with coverage beginning at 11:30 p.m. Eastern right here on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Arizona State at number 3 seed, and Herb Sendek's team really having a great second part of the year, taking on Stanford. So it's Arizona, Colorado, Oregon, UCLA. Remember the last time they met, UCLA had 2 players suspended. Billy Garrett.
Gus, early in the year, I had Arizona State getting vanquished at Arizona.
Yeah, I was with you.
That turned the year. That turned the year around.
That's right.
You look a lot different now.
I know. I lost my tan.
But that turned the year around.
Yep.
All of a sudden, they got back to campus, started playing good basketball.
I remember Arizona State got Arizona at home.
Yes.
Avery Dingman. Dingman has had kind of an up and down season, but against DePaul, it was all up. A season high 16 points in the first meeting.
Well, he's a very valuable commodity.
Dingman with 8. Played a lot with Gibbs on the bench with that dislocated kneecap. Crockett.
This is where I think he really can go to town, too.
Crockett 3. Got it. How about this, Raph? They're getting back into this game.
Yeah, they sure are. A good run.
Creighton has been flat over the last 7 minutes. McDermott, guarded by Young. He's got a height advantage. McDermott double pump. Short. Garrett. He's got Crockett on the wing on the left side if you can see him.
Well, that's where Hamilton's dangerous.
Young driving. Draws a foul.
Now, all of a sudden, DePaul alert, getting more involved in the game. It was Hamilton and Young hit hard. Not afraid, unabashed on the offensive end. And Crockett, not Davey, Jamie, able to light it up as well.
Hamilton, mid-range.
Big. All of a sudden, some two-man basketball.
DePaul on a 15-4 run. After being down by 21, they cut it to 10. McDermott 1 of 5 in the second half.
I force them to play half court. That's the dilemma. Nothing in the early offense. Good crossover.
Brooks goes the other side. Dang, make that Artino. The awkward left-hander banks it home.
Big, big basket. Toughness personified.
First bucket of the game for Artino.
Crockett could put it on the deck and try and go by. Doug, he had 2 little small change fouls.
And Crockett has been a difference maker along with Hamilton in this second half. Here's Hamilton. 8 to shoot. McDonald trying to create baseline. Crockett, and he won't get it away.
A lot of misplays by DePaul and excellent Creighton pressure. Martino, very spirited, really guarded Hamilton, confused the offensive end.
So coming in the game, Duan Marrero, number 1. Crockett and Young head out of the game. For DePaul, Marchus is in as well.
Marchus has got to keep active now on Artino because he is really moving around the floor. Very spry, active.
Under 10 to go. Lob, nice goal. Artino, oh, he missed the bunny.
What a set play. McDermott with the cut, sets up the lob.
Garrett driving, oh, beautifully done. Billy Garrett, the freshman, rookie of the year in the Big East Conference with 7. A 10-point game once again. The Blue Demons refusing to go away. Chapman.
He's pretty good when he puts it on the deck, isn't he? Timing not as good. McDermott cutting, not getting the ball.
He draws a double. Chapman across the lane. 6 to shoot. Brooks deflected. Chapman got it.
How about that break? The side of the backboard. Fortuitous for the open look.
Chapman with 9. 63-50. He also has 8 assists. to go along with those 9 points.
Goodness.
Not a very good shot by McDonald. Usually Creighton will make you pay on a bad shot, as you mentioned, Coach.
And if they don't come and help, he's going to get going again. There you go. Right him.
He's over 30 now, 31 points for McBuckets. 65-50. The lead grows to 15.
You've heard of ricochet romance, huh? In basketball. That's a pretty kiss off the side. Nailed for the 3. And Big Mac teed it up with a little smooch in Manhattan. Woo! Count it by the big fella.
The emotion of the Big East tournament. Both these teams giving maximum effort because there's one goal, one quest to take home the Big East tournament trophy. Our score, Creighton up by 15. The other teams in the NCAA tournament conversation.
Well, Gus, Providence has fared very well. I think Xavier might be the 3rd place team in this, don't you? A lot of people, Tariq today, saying that may have cemented it for Providence. I think they'd like one more.
And they're playing Seton Hall, so it's a winnable game for the Friars. Friars beating St. John's today. Controversial ending. Some tough calls or non-calls being made.
You're talking about the D'Angelo Harrison jumper from 3. And
that guy was fouled on the elbow.
See, the father's holding him under his point total here, put him on the bench. A little rest before the DV timeout.
Young splitting the defense. Inside, the runner goes down.
Well, he knows how to play that end of the floor.
18 points for Brandon Young.
See if they can use Artino just a little bit. I think he can do some damage at the box.
Chapman.
Pretty. The hesitation and then the ability to turn it up a notch and blow by. The little guy.
Chapman with 11 points. He's coming off an 11.7 rebound force this game against Providence.
A little small change, Artino.
67-52 Creighton. Back to the Garden after this.
McDermott catch and shoot. Unbelievable. That was heels on the painted area by half court.
McDermott puts it on the deck, gets to the...
Oh, how about that, baby? Mixing the game up.
7:21 to play in the second half. Creighton with a 67-52 lead as we take a look at our DirecTV game summary.
I think you like this kid.
He's pretty good.
You're like, not bad. His father would let the reins off, though. I mean, he's just killing him. Young, real solid. Of course, Crockett, you mentioned earlier, playing some good basketball. And talking to Greg McDermott before the game, as you know, in the Missouri Valley, they had a whole week off to rest, and I'm looking over there. He's resting his son, maybe with the thoughts of a couple of nights in a row, plus next week.
Well, up by 15, you know you got to play tomorrow if you win.
Sure, his wife and mother won't be happy with him being on the bench, but nice play by Gibbs.
As he strips Hamilton. Chapman, guarded by Garrett. Raggi wide open.
Wow. You know, Chapman, he made a big driving layup before that timeout, which was a major event, I think, for keeping this thing going for Creighton, and then the fine for Raggi.
70-52. Creighton 14 of 22 from the three-point line tonight. That's 64%. McDermott ready to check back in. Garrett ripping off. Brandon Young with the rebound, and it's rejected out of bounds by Artino. And now McDermott comes back in. Artino will take a seat.
Pretty effort by Artino. Big thing before the game was getting some offensive rebounds. Oliver Purnell thinking that's what they'd have to do. And that trip negated.
Crockett. Here's Garrett posting up Chapman. Drop step baseline. And a rebound to Ethan Rogge. Doug McDermott 2 of 6 from the field in the second half. He has 31 points, had 27 at halftime.
They're trying to post up. Big advantage of size. Too much traffic. Pick and pop.
8 to shoot. Maniga driving. McDermott rebound and put back.
Nice effort there. Of course, the dribble drive got the blue shirt's attention. And he had posted so deep. Big Mac able to convert.
So McDermott with 33 points to go along with 5 rebounds. 5:43 to play. Creighton pulling away 72-52. Point lead for Creighton. Let's go to Aaron Andrews.
Hey guys, let's look ahead to our game coming up right after this. Xavier and Marquette. Good news for the center for Xavier, Matt Stainbrook. He has missed 1 game with a sprained MCL injury. We did just hear that he will be available for tonight's matchup, which of course is great news. They don't know how long he'll be able to go. They are going to be able to have him tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Aaron. I'll tell you what, Aaron Andrews, it's nice to have her with us on our crew. Brings us some credibility.
And makes us look awfully good, I might add.
Well, at least 2/3.
It is great news, though. The personality and the way of that Xavier team. He is a funny guy and so valuable in that low post area for that team.
5:35 to go. Young.
Ooh. The anticipatory call. Jimmy Burr would have been a great disciplinarian.
Oh, he was a teacher. He used to be a teacher.
I tell you, he wouldn't get away with much, huh?
As I mentioned earlier in the game, Coach, he can look at you and you will go sit down.
He would give you jug on the weekend.
Jug. I haven't heard that word since Catholic school.
Justice under God.
I spent a lot of time in that room after school.
I think we all did. They weren't very open-minded.
Well, at least you can get your homework done before practice. Rogge.
I got a kick out of the description by Greg McDermott on the footwork. He said from the waist up, Rogge's jump shot is perfect. From the waist down, the toes point in the wrong direction. Everything's out of form, but obviously you don't mess with it. Drop kick it in.
Nice ball movement by Creighton to break the press.
Oh, perfect little timeout. Perfect spot to trap.
So Greg McDermott calls a timeout.
Timeout, Creighton. A 30-second timeout.
And it'll be a 30-second timeout. As we take a look at the bracket here at the Big East tournament.
The Hall. Good for Kevin Willard. He has really maintained a great semblance of order despite the tough losses, the injuries, occasional suspension. And Ed Cooley, wow, huh?
Easy Eddie.
He didn't have anybody to turn to.
As we take a look at some teams that are already in the NCAA tournament. Wichita State still undefeated. 18th straight year, Gonzaga has advanced to the tournament. Remember when they had those great teams, Richie Fromm, Casey Calvary.
Oh, you're going way back, huh?
Is that way back now, Coach?
Well, for me, you know, I can't remember yesterday. But the Zags, Mark Few's just been amazing what he's been able to do. Kevin Pangos running the show, and one of the Stockton.
Not bad.
The big assist the other night.
McDermott. 35.
Gets a lot of breaks, though.
Soft rims at Madison Square Garden. Ask Michael Jordan. He loved playing here. His favorite place.
Doug plays well in all these public arenas. He plays a lot of places well.
Get a feeling that he may be playing in some public arenas next year.
I would think so.
Garrett still has to work on that jump shot.
Yeah. He's knows the game. He's going to just get better and better.
2 of 8 from the field. Brooks, Harlem dribble, and a foul.
He can do it. He's the one guy that I think can be creative. When he's on top of his game, what an addition in that backcourt.
Brooks scored 1 point in 15 minutes in the first DePaul game and did not play in the second meeting due to illness. He's scoreless in 15 minutes, season ender against Providence on Saturday, although he did have a career-high 6 assists. Sakile going out. McDermott out of the game with 35 points. He may be done.
Yeah, he might be. Although, don't forget, he likes to play with that TV timeout, the dad. And I think if it stays at this number, he'll rest that pin. They all are alert defensively. Even though that jumper by Crockett goes down, Martino very active, showing and trying to help.
Crockett with 13.
Good time for Brooks to run the show, be effective, get a comfort zone.
Brooks.
There you go. How about that? Not bad, huh?
He can really get to the basket. Here's a kid that was discovered by a junior college playing in a summer outside tournament. Young. And one.
Well, he can really splice and get between people.
Doug McDermott was the story, 27 in the first half. His 35 tonight, a Big East tournament record for his first career game. Big night for the Blue Jays. 3:38 to go. Creighton close to advancing to the next round, on top by 20.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden and the preseason pick to win the Big East. Marquette making their freight elevator entrance. Golden Eagles finished 6th in the conference. Guys, after your game, we'll hear from Buzz Williams on the value of tonight's upcoming meeting with Xavier.
All right, Rob, thank you. As you take a look at the bracket in the Big East tournament.
Yeah, looking ahead, the big one, I think, Marquette Xavier, don't you?
Yes.
They have a very aggressive Marquette defensive team. Xavier, outstanding guard, and Kristen should be fun.
And you would think that Marquette needs to win it to get in it. They need a Big East tournament championship to get into the NCAAs.
I know you've never taken the freight elevator, have you?
Never.
Here? Well, I mean, you've got so much style between the limo drop-off.
the Phantom outside.
Nice trap. And the ball gets it back.
Crockett a little banged up. 22 points, though, for Brandon Young. 78-59. Sideline out of bounds for the Blue Demons.
Loved the excitement today in the crowd and tonight, didn't you? And just the way Doug McDermott played, everybody responding. Everyone loves excellence.
Inside, McDonald comes up short. Madiga, Young on the floor, and the possession arrow favors Creighton.
Possession, Creighton.
Still feisty and still rested over here. Well, they really handle that fine line of coach and dad, don't they?
Yes.
And just a terrific relationship.
And Greg was really candid with us when we talked to him in Omaha, saying that he was hard on Dougie at first.
What junior year he was telling both of us he didn't start in high school.
Yep.
And there's Harrison Barnes, his teammate.
There's his mom, Teresa, breast cancer survivor.
You mentioned that comment he had on senior night. All his talents and athletic ability emanating from mom.
You know, Doug's got his mom's looks, smarts, talent. Fortunately, he got his dad's height.
What's Greg just schlepping along? I mean, give the guy a break.
Got a little sister, Doug does. It's a pretty good volleyball player and basketball player. They say she's Division I quality. Nothing like sports, Coach.
No, you're right. You're right. We're blessed. All our kids played as they were growing up. You learn a lot.
Here's the brother, Nick. I remember seeing Nick in Omaha at the hotel after one of their games. Nick is a little taller than me, about 5'11", 6 feet. He said, you know, I got the short end of the stick.
Just a terrific family unit. And what we've gleaned, 2-3 zone, pulling it all out. We slow the tempo, forced a deep jack.
Crockett, deep three. He's been successful from out there. And Rogge with the rebound. Under 3 minutes to go. Creighton with an 80-59 lead. Brooks getting some valuable experience. They're really going to need this kid coming off the bench.
I agree.
In the tournament and in the rest of this tournament.
He adds that dimension of like driving and not unabashed, not fearful.
Really can put some pressure on the defense with his ability to get to the basket. Maniga shot it well. Three-pointer going down. Watch Brooks now. Break it down to the hole.
Good call. We've seen that before.
And it's almost like they can't stop him.
No, he's, you know what? He's got a little bit of strength besides that herky-jerky speed.
And he's playing under control second half of the year. McDonald. Brooks has scored 8 straight points for the Blue Jays, and now subs come in. And this will be Alex Olson as well as Hansen. Olson, a sophomore from Council Bluffs, Iowa.
The widow.
2:07 to go. Young has been terrific. Olson with the rebound.
Look at the scoreboard.
Now Maniga. Brooks again. Wow, the spin. Young ready for it, though.
Well, you got to have good, quick feet to keep that kid out of there. Drive, draw, maybe find somebody or finish.
Oh, Maniga now going to the basket with the jump hook. Jahens Maniga, one of his best games of late, 14 points.
Yeah, he answered your harsh criticism with cement.
Tongue firmly planted in cheek, Coach, when I talked to him. Young leaving his feet, gets it again. The kick. Deep jump shot, and that one goes down for Edwin McGee. His first basket of the game.
Remember the captain and a guy that has great spirit. They're subbing and keeping going.
And our Land Rover player of the game, guess who?
I don't know why. I know why they love him like they do, though, in Omaha. And why not? Fill it up in such a variety of fashion. Tough, tough matchup.
Finished with 35 and 27 at halftime.
It's a new branch of Creighton here in New York. Here to see you.
Brooks. And nobody home in the corner. He thought Dingman was going to stay, or Hansen.
And there's Isaiah Zierden, kid that got hurt, playing defense. Fluky kind of a play. They had the assistant coach. And some moral support for this team. Valuable commodity that they're missing coming down the stretch of the Big East and the NCAA tournament.
Brandon Young checking out of the game for DePaul.
That's nice, huh?
Young, a senior from Baltimore, final game. He leaves with 22 points and 8 rebounds. Inside, Sekile. McGee again. And finally picked up by Brooks, and that'll do it. The Creighton Bluejays dominate as they defeat DePaul to improve their record to 25-6 on the season. Doug McDermott with 35 points to go along with 5 rebounds. And they advance and will play the winner of our next game between Xavier and Marquette. This tournament is Creighton's to lose now, with Villanova being knocked out. They're the #2 seed. Bluejays with an 84-62 win tonight.
First half was great to watch, wasn't it?
Yes.
The way they played, moved the ball. They had 13 assists at the half. Slowed down a little bit in that second half. Paul made a little bit of a rush and withstood it.
All right, let's join Aaron Andrews, who's standing by with Coach Mack.
Gus, thanks so much. You just got the stat sheet. I'll let you pour all over that in a little bit. Look, the first half you guys came out fantastic basketball. The second half weathered a few DePaul scores or runs there. How would you evaluate your team's performance?
Well, I thought we were really good the first half. I thought defensively we flew around pretty well. We were good on the boards. We made that extra pass. I thought we played a little tentative the second half. We played not to lose instead of playing to win, but I'd like to have that problem of trying to play with a 20-point lead a little bit more often.
Absolutely. When do you allow yourself to be a father on the sidelines and maybe appreciate what your son was able to do here tonight at MSG for you guys?
Well, I'm standing on national TV and he's standing next to me, so this is one of those. This is one of those times. This is pretty cool stuff, and obviously it's been a. I hope nobody wakes me up from this. This has been a pretty cool experience for me.
Well, we're going to need you to wake up tomorrow because you're going to face the winner of this upcoming game against Marquette and Xavier. What are you going to stress to your guys tonight? Because I know coaches are always stressing what they need to improve on tomorrow.
Well, we have to get some rest, number one, and we'll stick around and watch part of this game. But we know both these teams, and we lost to Xavier about 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. So we know what they're capable of. We were in 2 very competitive games to Marquette, and our goal is to win a Big East championship, and we have to get to Saturday to make that happen.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. We're going to bring in Doug right now. All right, I have to write this down on a cue card because you did so much today. 7 3-pointers, a new career high. You scored the most points in a half here at the Big East tournament. I could go on and on. Why did you make it look so easy tonight?
I just had it going right off the bat. Got a good look early, and that just kind of got me the momentum going the rest of the half. So got to credit my teammates. They found me, but just in a rhythm there. In a rhythm at MSG in the Big East tournament. What does that feel like? It's crazy. I would have never guessed I'd be here. So I'm just really appreciative. We're moving on. We beat a good DePaul team. Now we got to prepare for one of these good teams. You guys mentioned heading into the Big East tournament that you have some unfinished business to take care of because you weren't able to get a hold of the regular season title. Now that Villanova is gone, can you taste it? I mean, did that add fuel to the fire here? Absolutely. We would have loved to play Villanova again, but now we can't. We got to just focus on one game at a time, and we feel like we can still do this. Obviously, you play the winner of this matchup following us. How do you keep the momentum going? What do you stress to your guys? We just got to get some rest. Like my dad said, we got to get some rest. Just move on from this second half. We didn't play our best, and just watch some film against the teams that we're going to play against. Hey, I know you wanted rest, but how bad did you want to get back out there when he put you on the bench? Oh, I wanted it bad, but I know he's not putting me back in. The rest will help in the long run. Thanks for your time. See you tomorrow. Thank you, EA. Rob, over to you. Sorry, I was shaking hands with the guy.
It's all right, Aaron. I know how you roll. You're a glad handler out there. If you're looking for Doug McDermott to find a place to improve, I found one.
What's that?
0 for 2 from the free throw line. That is inexcusable. He can't have that.
That won't happen again.
35. It certainly won't. 35 points. Anything we can add, Tariq, to this Creighton conversation, what they did tonight?
I think the thing that impresses me the most is the way they share the ball. 16 assists. They're so efficient, but they move the ball and have great spacing, which allows higher percentage threes.
Yeah, and I thought the guard play from Chapman and Manigat was impressive as well. They played very well at the offensive end, but they also took Billy Garrett Jr., the leading scorer, or one of the better players for DePaul, really out of the game from the early stages.
Yeah, this was a punch-first mentality from Creighton, and that first punch landed, and it was a significant blow. DePaul really could never recover. So 3 semifinalists are in the book. Number 2, Creighton cruises and eases past 10-seed DePaul. They move on to the semifinals. Who will they face tomorrow night? Xavier, Marquette, the preview treatment when we return to MSG.